Hey guys, I hope your Halloween was great. Mine was great. I am a wuss, and this year I went into a haunted house. Well, not a real haunted house per se. It was just one of those little. I mean, it was big, but it was like a haunted attraction. Like the people they dress up in makeup and costumes, and then they can And like I said, I'm a wuss. I didn't want to do this because I don't want people dressing up in makeup and scaring me. I wanted just to relax and not be scared at all. And because of what I did last year, I decided to go through with it. On last year's Halloween, my brother was completely depressed, and because I didn't do anything Halloween, I didn't dress up, I didn't do anything, I didn't eat candy, I didn't do anything Halloween. It was zilch, and I didn't care. And I saw his reaction to that, and I was like, oh man. And the day already passed, so what can I do about this? So now we're up to September 2018. So I made a decision that I'm gonna make this Halloween damn amazing for him. So I went all out. I got decorations for the place. I got all kinds of animatronics hanging around. I bought him a Power Rangers costume, the Red Ranger, and that's what he loves. I even dressed up, even though I wasn't really wanting to. I mean, it's not that I don't love costumes. It's just that the one that I got chokes me out a lot, and I chose it because it was the closest to what I wanted. And to top it all off, I decided to go to the Heart of Darkness, which is what this haunted attraction is, the thing I've been avoiding. I mean, just the name alone, Heart of Darkness, it makes you, freak out a little bit. Just thinking about it, it's like, who would name something the Heart of Darkness? I mean, every year growing up, we would go to the place next door to the Heart of Darkness. It was a little kiddie haunted house. It basically just had a bunch of, things that would just jump out at you. That was fine by me. Like, I welcomed that. So I'm like, okay, suck it up, Chris. It doesn't matter if you freaking, pass out from fear. Just go do it. I really tried to invite as many people as I could so I wasn't alone in doing this sort of thing. And I only got 2 people to go with us. It was me, my brother, and other brother and his girlfriend. So we all go down there and we're all talking about how scared we are about it on the way down to this place. And it was just me and my brother's girlfriend that said that we were afraid. The other 2 were just like, it's not a big deal, whatever. And I kind of needed that. It's like, I need mental support for what we're about to do. So we park outside of this place. There are strobe lights. There are orange, purple, black lights everywhere, and people are screaming. You could hear chainsaws, and I'm just like, oh, I'm melting from fear. Like, I just don't want to do it. Like, and I straight up told my brother, I was like, I can't believe you're making me do this. And he just smiled about it, and I'm just like, that doesn't make me feel any better. So we all go up to the ticket booth, which looks like a concession stand, which kind of made me feel a little better, because it's like, okay, if they couldn't afford this big open entrance, then maybe it can't be that bad. I mean, it can't be like movie special effects where everything looks absolutely real. Not if they have this little opening, but then it could be a red herring and they could surprise you. I don't know. I had a lot going through my mind. So we finally get past the ticket stand, and all of a sudden we got this big, thing that's wrapping around. It's a wooden fence that goes up and down, kind of like at the bank, just it's wooden. And I'm walking up towards that, and all of a sudden, I don't have great vision. I need glasses. So I'm just walking in the dark with these guys. And all of a sudden, I'm just seeing like this thing standing there with an object. And I'm walking closer and closer, and all of a sudden I realize it's a person that's staring me down. I'm like, what is this person's problem with me? Like, what's going on with this? Turns out it's one of the actors. What really sucked about it is he's a great actor. So I'm just looking at him like, oh shit. And so I'm just kind of walking, and I'm just kind of walking, and then he blocks me. And I try to go the other way. He blocks me again. And he blocks me again, and he blocks me again, and so eventually I have to just kind of run around him, and I'm like, oh my god, is that what we're in for? That guy was creepy. We finally make it into the line, and there's like one other actor. He's jumping around like a monkey and screaming in people's ears, just being annoying, really. So, screw that guy. There's a guy that comes out, oh my gosh, man, he was so cool. Like, he was like, happy Halloween, everybody! And then he starts laughing, and he wasn't even being a tool or a douchebag about it. Like, he was really awesome. Like, he's like, I'm so happy that you are all here. Thank you so much for coming, and I hope you guys are having a great Halloween. And, you know, it's like, dude, I just fell in love with this place. Even though I was scared, I fell in love with it. We finally make it into the entrance of the Heart of Darkness, and I gotta say, it looks amazing. I mean, they have a trailer of people getting murdered, like being projected on the screen, so it's like getting you scared before you even go in. So we finally walk in, and I'm treading carefully. I'm just kind of like looking around everywhere, like, okay, I don't see anybody come out of trapdoors yet. We're like a block into the distance of this haunted house, and all it really is so far is, you know, a bunch of things jumping out at you, which is, I'm welcome to that because it's just like the kiddie bar next door. That's what I'm used to. So I'm just like, okay, I'm all right with this. All right. And I'm just walking with the group. I feel safe. And all of a sudden I'm starting to hear strange noises. And so I'm hanging on to the back of my brother's sweater like, don't you leave me at all. Now, eventually there's a turning point here for me. Finally, the actors started popping out of nowhere. After like, I want to say 10 minutes of walking, one came out and went, "Roar!" And then, I'm just like, holy crap, that was awesome. Whoa. Oh my God. Wow. I'm coming back here next year. And that's just so strange for me because it's like, I came in thinking that I was going to die from being so anxious. And all of a sudden somebody comes out and starts screaming at me and he's got a fantastic costume on. It's so scary. But at the same time, I'm like, whoa, I feel so alive. Like, it's fun. Like, they're doing such a great job. Coming out of the corner and just, like, freaking you out, coming out of the walls. And in the beginning, it was just, like, I don't know, a couple of people. And then it turned into 5 or 6 people surrounding us, you know, coming at us. And it was really dark and all that. So they knew what was going on in the maze, so they didn't touch us. It was scary, but it's, like, charming at the same time. The spirit that these guys had when they went to scare you was great because even if you weren't scared right away, they would persist and be like, oh, okay, you laughed at me, I'm coming after you now. Like, that sort of thing was like just the greatest part of this whole deal. Like, they didn't get discouraged, they kept trying. And the surroundings, I mean, they had to put so much time and effort into this. Like, it's insane. Like, I don't know, like, do they start at the beginning of each year and start building that much? Or do they hire, like, I don't know, 1 million people to set this all up? I didn't know, but the way everything was so set up and perfect, like, that's a lot of work. Like, everything down to the nail scratches, like, on the wall, you could tell that they did all that stuff themselves. There was a scene where we walked in through, like, what looked like a trailer living room, and it was, like, really freaky, scary, like it was so dark, and the lighting was perfect because it's, like, only you know how, like, when you're sitting in a trailer and a distant light from maybe the laundry room that's turned on, but the rest is all dark? That's what we were dealing with, like, it kind of made you feel like you were in a scary movie, and we had to go through that, and, you know, there was an old school TV inside the entertainment center, there was a dusty old couch in the far corner, and there were pictures on the wall that looked eroded and really old. And when you turn the corner, there's this girl that would pop out in 3 different places of the corner. The first corner, you would see her just scream at you, and I was like, whoa! And really, at this point, you were kind of used to people screaming at you unexpectedly, so it just kind of turned into jump scare tactics. And so at this point, you're just smiling and just being grateful for just being there and just having fun. On the end of the wall, you would see her pop out again. And then on the other side of that wall, so it'd be like this. She popped out here. This would be wider, but she popped out here, and then she popped out over here. Which I didn't totally understand because, like, it wouldn't be as effective if they were spaced so close together. And then when you got on the other side of this wall, she would run out on a plank and then go, rah! And it's like, okay, thanks. Like, I mean, it was kind of disappointing, to be honest. It just didn't scare you. She would like wave her arms around you and barely touch you, but at that point, you just kind of got used to people not touching you and not having the intention of hurting you. So, and there was this clown room where at the beginning of it, he called me fourth of the group, and he's like, "You there? Why can I dance on your forehead?" And I was like, "'Cause it's really big." And my brother just busted out laughing, and I'm just saying, "Screw you, dude." And he's like, he's like, "Yeah, that's an answer." And then he just let us in the clown room, and I was like, that's kind of cool, just to give us a little interaction. It was really awesome. The neon lighting and the neon colors in the hallway. At the beginning of this, they would give you 3D glasses, and as soon as I put mine on, there was a clown that ran out of this trap door and just ran at me as fast as he could because he saw me just putting on the glasses. And I was like, "Whoa! Oh my god! Oh, well, that was great." And I wanted to pat him on the shoulder or something like that, but it's like I didn't want to be disrespectful of these frighteners, people that fright you. And one thing that was great about the clown room is there's this girl that was dressed up as a clown. She persisted me because like I was smiling a little too much, I think, or something. And I'm just walking and I was like, "Whoa, that's cool," you know? And she turns around, she's like, "Is it?" And I'm just like, fuck. So she just kind of looks at me, and then she just slams her hand against the wall. I'm trying to leave, and she just keeps like guarding me, like not letting me leave. And it was great. I stood there for like 5 or 6 minutes while I tried to leave, and she just wouldn't let me leave. And going beyond the clown room, something really unexpected happened. The Heart of Darkness ended up being connected to the barn, the haunted barn that I told you about for next door. The one that I preferred going to because I was too scared to go to Heart of Darkness. So I was like, "Oh, dude, that's way cool. Like, I'd love to see this one last time. That's great." And so we're walking in through this barn, and everything's fine. I'm just thinking, we don't have anything to worry about. It's not Heart of Darkness. It's the haunted kitty barn, you know? And all of a sudden, that girl clown that I told you about, that wouldn't let me leave the clown room, she ended up being there. And she wouldn't let me leave either, like, at that point in time. I was like, "Whoa, hey, it's you." I guess I kind of had to give her, like, a sign that I was scared or something like that, because she just wouldn't leave me alone. And eventually, a group of kids were behind me, so I kind of just sideswiped myself, and she paid attention to them. We finally got to the end of the Heart of Darkness, and there were 2 men with chainsaws just waiting for us to come out. And they tried to chase us. And the really crazy part about this is they got extremely close to you. Like, it's almost like they could touch you with the chainsaw. And I was just like really impressed with how, how accurate they were about things. And it was mostly the people that looked like they were really scared that they wanted to chase. And so at this point, I'm just thinking, yeah, it was just a bunch of jump scares. So I wasn't bored. I was loving every second of it. I just, the mystique of it was basically gone. So that was really cool. Like, I had a great time with my family, my 2 brothers and his girlfriend. A couple of honorable mentions for scaring me was, before the clown room, there was this building with an entrance to it. And there were 2 people standing outside of it, and they were like, make them wait, do this or do that." And I was confused, but we approached it, and there was this clown girl that was standing with a spiked baseball bat, just perfectly still. She was kind of just gleaming down with her hand to her side like this, and she didn't even seem to me like she was breathing. I walk up, and then I'm looking at the group for a second, like, okay, I'm gonna have to follow you guys because I can't really see where I'm going. For a split second, I look over, trying to talk to them, and she really quickly goes for the bat at my face and stops, like maybe an inch from my nose. And I was like, "Whoa, holy crap!" That got me. And as soon as I said, "Oh crap," that got me. Like she was like so satisfied. Like it's almost like her night was perfectly ended with that. Like she just, I got him. Like, just walked away satisfied. Another honorable scare for me was in the almost very beginning. I want to say it was like the third thing that we did inside this house was we had to get on a school bus, and there were a bunch of dressed up figures sitting on this bus, and they were facing forward towards the bus. We were going in back of the bus, so we're walking as a group through the back of the bus, and I'm just thinking, holy crap! What if like one of the scarers are like dressed up and just sitting there perfectly still, ready to go? You know. The more you went on, the darker it got, and it got me excited. Like I came in feeling like I couldn't do it, and then all of a sudden we went in and everything was just great. It was fun. I don't know. This is probably the best Halloween year I've ever had. Even counting for all the trick or treating I did when I was a kid. I mean, I love trick or treating, but I can't do that anymore. But this changed me in a certain way. It's like I don't have to be afraid of things so much anymore. Okay, guys, that's the video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry I haven't posted for a while, but I just been kind of dealing with sleeping late because that's kind of how my previous schedule was, and now I'm getting all morning shifts, so I'm not really used to that. And the big problem with that is if I was working way late before and going to bed late, then I wake up late and then I don't get to do everything else, and it just turns into a big mess. So I gotta get that squared away and, you know, better my routine. So I promise I will be pushing more content. My phone's just not been cooperating with me. I haven't been able to do anything because of my storage. So I will talk to you guys as soon as I possibly can. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys had a great Halloween. I'll see you.